Hello, my name is Liz, and I'm here with Matt, and we'll be presenting on the effects of music experience on hearing ability in young adults. Hearing loss affects approximately 15% of American adults and can go unnoticed by patients or clinicians during audiological evaluations. It's unclear how music exposure relates to hearing ability in young adults who consider themselves to have normal hearing. On one hand, frequent exposure to loud music may cause an unnoticed hearing loss, but on the other hand, music training and experience has been reported to benefit speech perception performance. The purpose of this survey study was to examine the hearing ability in normal hearing young adults with various levels of music exposure. The results from this study will inform the public of the effects of music exposure on human hearing. The subjects for this study were normal hearing listeners who were recruited using the following criteria: between the ages of 20 and 30, live in the US, have normal hearing by self-evaluation, and did not have any history of hearing disorders, neurological or psychiatric disorders, or brain injury. We used the Research Electronic Data Capture, or REDCap, which is a secure web-based platform used, and we gather the following information. First, we had questions about the participants' demographics, questions about music training background, music exposure, listening habits, and noise exposure. We then used the Speech, Spatial, and Qualities of Hearing Scale, or the SSQ-5 questionnaire, to assess self-evaluation of hearing ability. This is an example to show you some of the prompts that were on the SSQ-5 questionnaire and how participants were able to use a scale to pinpoint their responses to each prompt. We used an online audiogram generator to test hearing sensitivity of the participants. Each participant was instructed to finish all three testing options with test both ears, left ear only, and right ear only. And finally, they took these results and pasted them into REDCap. We then used a digit and noise test module in the AngelSound hearing sensitivity software to test speech perception in noise. Before the test, participants needed to ensure the sounds they heard were loud but comfortable, such as a level 6 on a 0 to 10 scale. They needed to finish testing under 3 conditions: both ears, left ear only, and right ear only. And then they needed to report their results and upload these onto REDCap.
REDCap platform, a secure web-based platform, was used to capture the study's data, and all the data collected, exported, and analyzed was completely anonymous. The SSQ-5 results were scores ranging from 0 to 100. The digit and noise performance and hearing thresholds were measured as a decibel value. Afterwards, a one-way ANOVA was conducted to examine the group differences in the results among mild, moderate, and frequent music exposure groups. So here is an example of the questions that we asked. So the first one asked, on average, how many hours per week did you play or practice a musical instrument? And another question was, on average, how many hours per week did you listen to music? So here we asked our participants to place the volume where they would usually listen to music, and we can see from this figure that most of the participants set their volume at least 50%. So the SSQ-5 results and the digit and noise performance have showed us that frequent music exposure can lead to better subjective hearing outcomes in these populations. So for our discussion, we have found that more music exposure is related to elevated hearing thresholds and better subjective hearing, but there are some limitations to this study. So it was conducted completely online through a virtual platform to take the hearing tests, and it was subjective. So there can be technical challenges or patient bias while taking the study that may have affected our results. And in conclusion, young adults often have music experience, and this music experience may affect hearing both positively and negatively, depending on the intensity or the volume that the participant sets their loudness at. And here are our references.